What is this thing that you always see on an escalator? They help keep shoes, dresses, handbags, etc. from getting snagged in the teeny gap on the side. I use them as little shoe shine, too. I once had those pants with like chains on the side, the trap pants, and sat down, and let's just say that didn't help it getting from sucked in, and I broke the escalator for 2 years. Found these in my cooked spaghetti. The sauce was canned. I believe those are, I have no idea. Don't eat it. They definitely look like rosary peas. Symptoms of poison include nausea, vomiting, convulsions, liver failure, and death. Don't eat the spaghetti, bro, and if you already ate it, go to a doctor. Oh my god. A massive wrench I inherited weighs 30 pounds. Novelty or functional? I think that's a novelty, or it's like one of those boat wrenches they used to do. Yep, it's for real. Big bolt squad, big wrenches, anchor bolts, lodge towels. See, I was right, anchor bolts. What is this thing we found while renovating? We haven't touched it since. My dad thinks it's an explosive from World War II, about 10 inches long. Yeah, dude, that is an explosive. Looks like a World War II British 2 mortar round. They did not use chemical weapons in World War II, so the filler is likely highly explosive, but could be WP or aluminum. Call the EOD and don't touch it. If you touch it, you will probably die. What is this thing on the serial killer's head while he was in court? He's partially deaf. It's basically a giant hearing aid, sound amplifier headphones. Oh, glad he can hear all the crimes he committed that he knows he did. My brother found this missile in the woods in Tennessee. I'm sure it's fine. Kinda looks like an Honest John short-range ballistic missile, but honestly, I highly doubt that a live one just lays around. But just to make sure, contact your local authorities, even though it probably is just a dummy. It might still blow up. Heavy mass hanging on transmission cables. Oh, I thought this was going to be something else. What is this? A bunch of spray-on foam? This is an art invention in the Brazilian University. This thing should be a meteor. Edit, yes, it's in intervention and not insulation. Usually the term insulation is used in... What is going on? Found this small kettle years ago. Tried searching for a similar one, but have always come up with nothing. Anybody have an idea why this has this unique shape? Wallet for scale. Isn't that a portable men's urinal for bedbound patients? In Italy, it's called a lepeda, the pan. And yes, it is used to pee when you cannot get out of the bed. It is sometimes also called le pepacalo, which means the parrot due to its shape. Delicious pea-flavored tea. So, what is this scanner that a rooftop cop had at a protest? Seemed to be shining a green laser at certain people in the crowd. Oh, that looks ominous. Picking out specific targets for ground police. It's easier to track an individual through a crowd from above. This may be because they are armed or something else that makes them high priority. Snipers are out of the question. Firing into a fast-moving mass of people would only end badly. I found this award glued inside of a book while cleaning out a relative's house. Can someone tell me which branch and what award it is, please? Oh, 15 years of emancipated service of the USSR Ministry of Internal Affairs. Found in my dad's room. Really hoping it's not the sex thing. It's a... no, it goes over your shoes to grip on ice. That's right. I thought it was a... Nah, it's a boot gripper. Goat in a field in Scotland appears to have had handlebars added to its horns. Having had goats for a number of years, I'm confident that goat is a dummy, and after about the 900th time that the farmer had to free this guy from the fence that he had stuck his head through, horns and all, he couldn't really get back out. The farmer settled with this method of ensuring the goat couldn't stick its head through far enough to get its horn snagged. Goat's got handlebars. Cool. I want to ride him. Driving through Erie, PA. Weird cycle in the sky. Lots of folks pulled over taking pics of it. Oh, you need to leave. Blown transformer smoke ring. Yeah. A lot of fire start from those. Switch on the back of an old clock labeled Miracle Eye. What is this? Reduce sound when room is dark. What? I'm confused. Me and my parents found this in our backyard earlier today. It reads, "Do not enter poison gas." It's on a circular concrete thing. It is the cap to a septic tank. Do not dig it up, you big dummies. Cones of Dunshire found in German supermarket. Yes, cones of Dunshire. It's a Schwulte. It's full of candy and our school supplies, and kids get it on their first day of school. Forgot to write that this is a German tradition. Why don't we have this in America? I never got candy on my first day of school. I got like 2 M&Ms during the big tests because if you suck on them, they help your brain work better. Saw this in a forest in Germany. It's a fridge or an old-time cold room, basically a room covered with dirt for insulation. Root cellars, that's Whatisthisthing. Found at the bottom of the lake. It's booze. I haven't died yet. Since this was in Canada, could this be an ice wine? My wife and I had some while honeymooning in Canada, and it is very sweet and syrupy, and usually in small bottles, 5 liter. I wouldn't drink that if I found it personally, but you do you, dude. What is this tube full of balls in the wall in a home built in the mid-90s? The hell is that? It's a termite indicator. How does that indicate termites? I'm so confused. Oh, do the balls fall because they eat the wood? Oh, okay. What is this lizard? It bit me on the beach in Naples, Florida. Looks like a Cuban knight anal. Yes, they're pronounced anal. A lot of people say anal, but no, it's anal. Help identify this piece of bumper from a hit and run with a cyclist now in critical condition. Right from my 2000. I thought it said right from my 2009 Camry. I saw this in my yard. Is this just a type of worm, or is there a parasite on it? I saw it breathing, having some sort of heartbeat, so it's alive. That's 2 worms making more worms. Holy crap, I witnessed worm sex, you saying? And I didn't use it for inspiration? This is a silly band, but I have no idea what animal/thing it's supposed to be. Might be turned the wrong way. What the? Kangaroo? I'm incredibly excited for such a mundane object to be totally stumping the sub for once. Maybe flip it inside. What is this thing? I'm so confused. Also, who remembers silly bands? What is this rodent that just climbed out of my toilet? The flat tail makes me want to say flying squirrel. They're super common in the NE, but nocturnal, so folks don't realize they are around. Also has pretty huge eyes for a rodent that size. Pull his legs apart and see if he has flaps, I guess. They also have more of a rat outline hind, and then a gray, which matches your little buddy. An adult gray would also have gnarly claws, bigger feet. I'm like 80% sure flying squirrel. Poor dude, yeah, he/she probably fell in the sewer vent on the roof. I have a ton of oak trees. Oh boy, wow. Yeah, I guess he came out of the toilet like the snakes in the myths. Security camera recorded this guy knocking on my door late at night. What is this in his hand? With the attire, it could be someone with hunting dogs. Sometimes the dogs will track animals onto others' lands and must be found with tracking devices. May have just been asking permission to search for their animals. This is common in my area. Yeah, my dad had a similar looking device, old radio frequency tracker for his raccoon dogs. They would occasionally hit a bobcat/deer track and wander miles, of course. Yeah, dude, I grew up with my friend's farm. They had bloodhounds, or, the big ones that go roo, 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 and one of them tracked a freaking deer for like 8 miles once. Some kind of explosive lying on the floor in a server room. That looks like a bomb. Thank you guys for being part of the biggest Reddit bamboozled of 2018. It was all just made up story to make your day a little more exciting. Okay, it's not a bomb, sweet. Found in a forest in Sweden, about 1 millimeter from ground, roughly 20 centimeter in size, hard to touch, but drips liquid when knocked. Lick it, I dare ya. Looks like a polypore fungus that is excluding excess moisture, called grituin, like this. You could die if you lick it. I found this metal object, no text and numbers, can retract to be the size of a bracelet. It's a bracelet? It's the top clutch part of a purse or small handbag. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I found this squishy thing in my Monster coffee. I don't know what it is, and I'm pretty grossed out. It seems more like sweetener that has hardened, sometimes like molasses or some other ingredient that has hardened like xanthol gum. I'm gonna go ahead and say likely salt because that sounds realistic. Xanthol gum, yeah, totally not made up. Found on Guam in shallow water, 3-meter diameter disc, top looks like polyester in a honeycomb shape that is a fiberglass to flimsy aluminum disc. I'm stumped on this, never seen anything like it. Huh, is that a piece to like a spaceship? That is absolutely a rocket part. Okay, cool, I was right. My friend just moved into a new flat and this is her neighbor's garden. Oh boy, is that a Day of the Dead thing? Well, I guess, but they're probably just having fun with freaky garden. My friend found this scaffold-like structure on a trip. There was a paintball/airsoft field and a hotel nearby, but I'm confused about the purpose of this located in Czech Europe. It's a 3D maze used in kids camp or other outdoor activity clubs. Paintball, airsoft, track. In a paintball setting, it could be used to hold a flag or other captured objects. Huh, looks like kind of fun, but also dangerous in hell. A specific type of hammer from my work at a college in Scotland. Blacksmith's hammers have different styles of peens depending on peens on the task you want to accomplish. There are straight peen. If you held the hammer by the hand, the peen would be parallel to the ground. Cross peen, perpendicular to the ground, and diagonal peen, the one you have taken an image of. I'm sorry, that's so funny to me for some reason. Solid metal kiss that was in our bag of candy cane kisses. It is part of the machinery, maybe? Definitely not a part of the machinery since it is the same size and shape. I would say it's a QA gauge to help operators verify shape and portion size at a glance. If you bid in that, you could sue them for so much money. What is this thing? It perfectly fits in each other and there was some sort of liquid in it. I believe that is a herb there we go. Yeah, and that's called resin. Weird squirming living Lovecraftian nightmare on our lawn chair this morning. Don't touch that. Probably blank. Wow, that turns into a moth. Apparently that's a caterpillar with fuzzy false arms on its back to make it look like a dead leaf. we're looking at the belly. I don't like this at all. Please don't turn into a butterfly or a moth. This purple sky in Southern California seen at 1:30 a.m. and lasted for only about 5 minutes before fading away. That color has been posted for. It's always been related to a commercial pot growing operation. That's the color of grow lights. Wow, I knew that there are farms around here, but I never knew that the grow light were so bright. Thanks. Solved. Are my parents and neighbors engaging in psychological warfare? This is attached to a dolly pointed in their yard and sounds a very loud alarm twice a day for 10 minutes. What is this? Looks like to be a vibrating horn, maybe 874s, made by Edward Singling. Data sheet state and output. These types of horns are usually used as Uno's setting where ambient noise is high. I would guess the neighborhood has hooked it up to cause a disturbance or just to be a general nuisance. Wow. Cool. This guy's a dickhead.
2 steps found at every playground in town. For accessibility, a stop on an exercise circuit. There may be other cardio-type apparatuses within 100 yards or so. No, it's for handicapped accessibility. Step tests are a single step and don't use rails. You're right, thank you. Love seeing people civil and just helping each other. It's a nice change of pace from what we usually see. Large metal tube with narrowed front end transported with police escort on an extended flatbed trailer. God damn, looks like a freaking turbine engine. Willing to bet that's a spindle that Boeing weaves the carbon fiber fuselage for the Dreamliner on. Note the outlines and punch-outs for windows and doors. These are found on street corners in Daytona Beach. They appear to just pump water up only for it to go immediately to the storm drain. I have seen a few different designs. They're timed valves to keep the water in the distribution lines from getting too old. When the water is in the pipe too long, the chlorine level drops too much and the water is unsafe. Source, I run water plants. MIL left this behind after a move. It was plastic wrapped, never used. It has a mesh cover, small holes, and a plunger that presses into neither of them. Wife and I are very confused. Looks like some kind of like tea maker or like you put a thing in and you squeeze it for the essence. Solved. Also, she paid $37 for this plastic crap. That's crazy. And hey, what do you know? It's a tea strainer. Yeah, you put the bag in and you squeeze it, or you stir it in, or I don't know. I'm not. What do I look like, a tea expert? What is this object I found on a beach in Yorkshire that has holes in and feels like a mix between stone and plastic? Gonna sound weird, but please touch your tongue to it. If it feels like your tongue slightly sticks to it, it's gonna be made of bone. Absolutely 100% bone. Thank you. Old toothbrush? Victorian seems right. Thank you all so much. This is definitely it. Never crossed my mind that it could be this, but I'm now the proud owner of a Victorian's toothbrush and couldn't be more fascinated. Solved. And there they are. Yeah, that's, man, imagine finding a piece of that kind of history. I mean, that is old. I mean, you know, someone was brushing their teeth at the beach, I guess. Poorer people would have cleaned their teeth with a stick or marshmallow root or rag and soot. Yum. Solid metal removable spike in a New York hotel bathroom. Oh, huh. I have no idea why anyone would need that. Vase for a single flower? AKA bud vase. Makes sense to have it removable so you can dump it out and refill it with water. Oh, also a theft deterrent, since it's not very useful as a bud vase if you don't have a hole through your table. I'm curious as to why they designed it so that it could be used as a very effective weapon. It doesn't need to be so damn pointy. Gold spherical items with colored enamel. Ooh, those are looking pretty. They appear to be peaches. In Chinese symbolism, the peach is often a symbol of longevity and given as a wish for a long life. These cloison fruits are just small ornaments shared as gifts or sold as tourist items and or in import stores. Apples and pears are also common. What is this ceramic device that is big enough to hold a bar of soap? It has a rectangle hole that goes through the bottom. It was located next to bathroom items like toothbrush holder and liquid soap dispenser. The parts around the rectangle hole seem to form stairs, not just a flat space between. Huh. Yeah, that's very peculiar. Got some cute little animals on it, though. It's an old holder for a cell phone while you were charging it. Flip phone would sit in like a chair, and the plug went in through the hole in the bottom. Oh. Well, I mean, hey, seems to work decently fine with new phones, so long as it's not too big, because they're all just getting so damn big these days. The way the phone sits in the product photo is unsettling. Wooden frames with holes at the end of a slide. This has to be some wood making shit, right? Or like something. From Alabama, and 3 of them, I'm going to guess it was used in some way for tobacco, putting a bundle through the hole and lop off the stems and tie them up. I can't see a way to use it for cotton. Wooden box with glass window approximately 8 inches tall, has a wooden flap on a hinge covering the glass. The back has a large round hole. What is this? Let us know if you can help us figure out this item's purpose. Thanks. This looks more like the housing for an old clock, but with the actual clock mechanism removed. The glass at the back was most likely there so you could see the movement of the clock. The round opening at the front would be an indication that this was a clock face. Yep, case for an old brass carriage clock. Solid feeling balls that chime or jingle at a low tone when you shake them. I relate. These look like those balls that you like, you spin them and you move them in a circle in your hand. It's like a calming, stress-relieving meditation thing or something. Bayoting balls, they're used for stress and concentration, I think. Yeah. Bought a jean jacket at Target, then felt a ball of some kind sewn into the lining. Cut the lining and found this really lightweight, velvety soft ball with a slight groove in the top third that I couldn't crush in my hand? What is that? Oh my god, yeah, what the hell? Pumice stone for your stone-washed jeans. Probably wasn't supposed to go home with you. It's definitely not pumice stone, and I have a hard time imagining it being used for its abrasive properties unless it's at the end of its life and worn smooth. The outside feels really soft, and while it's a solid object that I can't crush with my bare hand, it does give a very slight squish. Not pumice, but a foam alternative to pumice for the stone wash process. There are countless of materials used to achieve varying levels of effect. What is this thing? Big metal rack, looks like for retail use, metal peg slots on the side, wheels on the bottom, nothing is retractable or detachable, found on the side of the road. I think it's missing the removable shelves, something like this. I think the metal colored vertical bars are just for decoration. They might match neighboring units that do have bars for hanging clothes. This unit was probably for holding folded clothes on shelves like t-shirts. Aha, yeah, seen plenty of these in stores. Metal spring clamp item, about 6 inches long, possible medical clamp or spreader, metal ring slides down to close the legs. It's a spring retractor. Once you've made an incision in the chest for thoracic surgery, you use this to hold the incision open. I've seen something similar called an Aberdeen's spring retractor. This is about 3 feet tall, made of solid wood. It doesn't weigh much though, maybe 5 or 10 pounds. The arm hanging down swings and the top is just a handle. It does not move. Very interesting. A boot puller. Damn it, I knew this one. Most elaborate boot puller I have seen, but a boot puller nonetheless. What is this tube that this Coast Guard guy sticks his gun into while loading it? Huh, that's interesting. Maybe to keep it from going off or something? In the Army, we call it a clearing station. If you were to have an unintentional discharge while clearing the weapon, the chamber would stop the bullet. 100% a clearing barrel. And like that other dude said, you are if you ND into one. Saw a dude get an Article 15 for putting a blank into one. Approximately 3.5 foot long metal cylinder with a handle found in woods of a park. Diameter a bit under a foot. What is this thing? It's just a tube in the forest. Case to hold survey equipment? I'm going to say, what is this thing likely solved? It seems most likely it is a carrying case of some sort of what there may not be enough information. This user thought maybe a ventilation duct hose case, and this user suggested a power moon light case. Both of these seem like a possibility to me, but due to the lack of any numbering or lettering or labeling, I'm not sure we'll ever know. It's absolutely a carryable thing for holding other things inside. It seems to be made from 10-inch ductwork and quite well made at that. It could also be a chamber for steaming wood, but I would expect to see something for latching the lid on both sides of the open end, not just the one. What are these smaller doors inside our hotel bathroom door? Oh, maybe I don't know, you could open the top part and be like, hey guys, you guys got any toilet paper or napkins maybe? While many are saying Dutch door, this is actually called wicket. A Dutch door has a separate top and bottom half that open together or independently. A wicket is a door, or two in this case, inside of a door. They are used mainly in psych wards as a way to get into a room that may be barricaded. Heavy object, about 10 kilograms, 35 centimeters tall, 25 centimeters wide at top side, found in the Netherlands. That is wacky looking. I guess we'll find out. I have one just like this at work. It's very old and meant to use in production photography for printing works. With this tool, you can make a readable negative for use in printing instead of an unreadable negative a camera normally would produce, if that makes sense. I have failed to find the proper English term for it, but in Dutch it's called a Dakkantspiegel. They were very expensive since they needed to be aligned perfectly. Just for fun, you can look into the center of the mirrors and see yourself like others see you. The image is flipped. What are these small bowls with holes in the bottom? I have no idea what to do with them. On first glance, my brain thinks of those little popper things, you turn them inside, or you invert them, I guess, you put them down and watch them pop. These are clearly not one of those. My child brain just thought of it, and I had to say something. They look like pots you would put succulents in to me. Solved. Now I have to convince my husband to buy me 12 succulents. Ladies, if your man doesn't get you 12 succulents, you need to find a new man. Yellowish powder on the inside of swimming suit. Oh, it looks like pollen everywhere. The stretchy part of the fabric is degrading and poking through. Can't be fixed. Time for a new swimsuit. A closed glass cylinder filled with a clear liquid, 20 centimeters long, 4 centimeters wide, found at the bottom of a lake in Stockholm. It was overgrown with algae on the outside. Nothing grows on the inside, so the liquid is not water. No markings. It is straight and the bubble is too big to come from a spirit level. I suspect it is a storm glass. Yep, I have one that is almost identical to this. Over years, and particularly if shaken, the liquid inside will become slightly cloudy and with a yellowish tinge. The point at the end is to hold it into a wooden base, which would normally be carved to fit. It even looks like there are some possible black flecks that could have been writing. They will often have instructions on how to read them printed on the glass. Pen with metal balls with numbers next to where the balls drop in. Some balls are gray, found in the attic. About 7 balls have a different color. Maybe it's a random generator to suggest numbers you fill in a lottery ticket. Example, 6 + 1 out of 49. Lotto pen. Diane gave me this many years ago. If you point the writing end up, all the balls move to an open area. Shake, put the ball point down, and the lottery picks show up in the window, taken for the Macro Mondays group theme of numbers. What is this fan-looking spinner thing? To keep flies off of food. I have several. Great for dining outside as your hand can easily stop the blades to reach under them. That actually sounds incredibly helpful. Seems nice to put over food that is out on a table. I see these weird metal boxes in UK pubs down by the bar, and other than impromptu chewing gum bins, what the heck are they? It's an ashtray, now a bin since the smoking ban. As a 40-year-old, it's amusing to me that there are now a generation of drinkers who don't recognize big pub ashtrays, and before that, they were spittoons. That's what I thought it was, Twink. Small fragrant cuboid? I don't know what that is. From Morocco, bought thinking it was soap. Oh, cuboid. Learn to spell. It might just be solid perfume. You just rub it on your skin. This, or leave it in your car as an air freshener. Oh, that's actually kind of smart. Handheld tool with wooden handle and hook-like scraper with an open metal pouch. It's a tool for an art known as batik. You fill the cup with molten wax and it drips out of the spout. Using that, you make patterns on fabric and then dye the fabric. The dye doesn't stain the fabric where the wax has been applied. Once you finish the dyeing, you iron the wax between sheets of material that absorb the wax. We used to do it at school. What's this peeled silver sheet thing inside of my microwave? Waveguide cover. No harm in it as it is, but they're cheap to replace. OP, this is the answer. However, I would recommend replacing it. It is designed to prevent the microwave radiation broadcasted by the magnetron back into the machine compartment where the magnetron resides and potentially damaging it or other components. Edit, after further research and other comments, the cover does protect the antenna from grease, water, and food particles, in addition to allow even distribution of microwave radiation to the food. Thanks for the other comments for clarification, always learning. This looks cast, not sure if it's aluminum, but it's light. I have a picture with my hand for size comparison. It was bought from a kitchen section at an estate sale and no one knew what it was for there. There's a divot in the center of the shape, but no markings anywhere. Okay, now this looks like some kind of lemon squeezer or a fruit squeezer. Aha, this is the Light and Mighty Lemon Squeeze Press. It was a bar utensil in the 80s. Bought a house with this glass structure in the backyard. No idea what it's supposed to be. It looks like a phone booth. or maybe something for like very tall plants. It's to grow mushrooms, called a fruiting house. It looks like there is even substrate there that you can use in growing mushrooms. Metal studs in exterior, street-facing walls seen all over Geneva, Switzerland. Example in photo, they are about 4 to 5 inches from the ground, tapered towards the wall. Styles differ a little, some have flatter ends. Surveyor from Germany here. These are used for height measurements, so-called leveling. A leveling rod is placed on top of these metal studs, which have a defined height. Using an optical level, you can determine height differences. Retired Texas surveyor here. We call it a benchmark. Hadn't seen one like that. Neat stuff.
Found a box with 4 metal pieces and a big piece of wax inside. Had a note in it too, but I can't read it. Yeah, dude, that's a tooth. That looks like a tooth. I don't know what this is, but that looks like teeth. What? This person's insane. They kind of look like teeth. All my photo translator can read is 1 cam, 2 UG, sheep, 1 horse, convict, the horse, maybe animal teeth? Nope, sheep bones. It's a Mongolian game, probably from a gift shop, because in a real game, you would have several dozen, but they sell gifts. Why is this a gift? It's teeth or bones. I'm so confused. Red, waxy substance found in/around the keyhole of the lock on my front door. Yeah, that's scary. So this happened one time when I was flipping houses for a dude, went to unlock the door and noticed something covering the lock that looked like white lipstick. I looked around and the other houses had it too. I called Crime Check and they said it had been used as a method by squatters/burglars to see who on the block is using their key, or even if there might be empty homes, like how people sometimes go door to door pretending to sell solar panels, window replacements, or landscaping services so they can see who answers in the middle of the day. A bit of an eye-opening phone call for me. That's kind of scary. Now I'm always going to be looking at my keyhole. Strange, brittle shards and large, thin sheet of crystals found in my trunk. That looks like fiberglass. No idea what it is, but I'd advise against touching unknown substances in the future, just to be safe. My exact first thought, how does anyone look at that and go, definitely not some unknown chemical reaction occurring here. Better grab that with my bare hand and take a little bite out of it. This is the second Civic trunk I've seen with this stuff in it on Reddit this year. The consensus has been def in both cases, but given that the Civic is not a diesel vehicle and the only cases popping up are Civics, there may be something else going on. Maybe the liner has some flame retardant in it that washes out with long-term, constant cycling. I don't know, dude. It just looks like poison. Metal rod with clips on the end found on the back of the front door while moving into a new house. What is that for, like a horse? That looks like a horse thing. Could be a metal rod for BDSM use. The clips connect to wrist or leg cuffs. Likely solved. This 100% one is. I had the same one. Wow. Thanks for telling me that, bro. I didn't even know that. I just thought it was a horse piece of equipment. Just bought a house. Found this hidden inside the front bushes. Screws in a wooden ball. Looks like a mice. What was/is this used for? I recon it's a sculpt of dandelion. Does the other end look dirty, like it's been stuck in the earth? After a search, it looks like there is/was a trend of making DIY aluminum flowers out of recycled metal and other scraps. Wow, that's kind of cool, but also creepy. I'd use it as a weapon. Circle thing, common outside of homes in Hawaii. That's called a pool, I believe. Looks like water catchment system. Solved, thank you. It's a pool of water, so I'm kind of right. What is this strange pocket with a lever and odd face? That maybe an old pocket roulette wheel for when gambling was legal. I had no idea these existed. Now I want one. They look so cool. It's a pocket roulette wheel similar to this one, blank, modeled to look like a pocket watch for easy concealment, but with a rotating dial instead of an indicator hand. My guess is that it has 12 parts instead of the typical number to look like a broken pocket watch. Upon inspection, most likely, this one was crafted out of a pocket watch, as some of the original frame is visible around the dial/watch face. I mean, cool, man, gotta sneak that gambling in. What is this? Was doing some filling in the yard and found this. Wife says it's a gravestone. I think survey marker? I think that's a tombstone. Quick look up on Ancestry. A newborn named Joaquin Lequero was born and died July 1968 in Fresno. Mother's maiden name was Bobsis. That's a grave marker, mate. This is a keychain I got from a trip. It is made of plastic and has a distinct shape, and I can't picture what it could be for. What is this thing? It's a bottle opener? Maybe? I don't know. Opening soda cans and beer cans. Hey, close enough, baby. What are these 8 massive silver-ish metal spheres or containers floating near the shore at a shipbreaking yard in Bangladesh? Looks almost like LNG, liquid natural gas containers. Spherical are the ideal pressure tank shape. Yup, probably leftover. Wonder if they are made out of something special or they are afraid of leftover LNG and don't want to blow themselves up. I wouldn't touch them personally, but maybe throw a rock at it, see what happens. Just saying, throw a rock. These small recesses found all over my house. What maybe for pictures. They're used to be open flame burners that connected to the gas as a heat source in the early 1900s before forced air, and sometimes they would be set into the wall of this. That's kind of cool and all, but also, why didn't they just fill those in? What is this small blue thing with a button and lights up red when pressed? I don't know. Night Owl Disposable HSD. What? The Night Owl Disposable HSD is the smallest and most convenient home sleep testing device. Oh, it's a sleep test device. Oh, okay. So, like, what is this hatch in my house? Oh, bro, that's one of those chimney things, for cleaning it back in the day. Oh, see? A house I used to live in had similar hatches. They were access doors to the chimney for cleaning and inspection. I think this is the front-running suggestion. I'll see if a fireplace was below originally and then blocked up since it was removed. Blocked up? Blocked it? Yeah, that sounds right. Found in a strawberry field done at very hard plastic, not hollow, about the size of a thumbnail. That is someone's nail, I think. It's the tip of the device they used to squirt the jelly filling in the donut and it broke off. It's not hollow though, or does it have a thing that stabs and injects? It's hollow behind the beak. All the ones I'm seeing on Google are metal. I see what you mean, and that's what I thought initially, but I'm not sure. They're probably metal because the plastic ones break off into donuts and you choke to death on them and sue the company. Strange capsules found in a ski area in the Alps. What are those, like, emergency test pods? Avalanche mitigation pods. They use gas and noise to knock loose snow the mountain to prevent buildup and avalanche. That's kind of cool, dude. Why do they gotta look like eggs though? Like, is the shape part of it? This person has clear, round, plastic appearing objects in both of her nostrils, one of each. What are they? Yeah, what are those? Also, why is her eye red? This is Katie Piper. She was horribly burned by an acid attack and the dilators are there for breathing indeed. She looks great, by the way. Google for the before pics. Oh yeah, isn't this like she was some almost famous or like on the cusp of being famous and someone splashed her with acid like a stalker and her husband stayed with her the whole time? I'm glad she's happy, and dude, she looks amazing. What is this thing? My inner child needs to know. Green and white pendant of some sort found in my stocking 18 years ago. Oh, it's a jaded pendant with a space to hold herbs and sandalwood. The word on the back is fu, which means luck. The dragon heads are just common Chinese symbolism, but sometimes there is a bat instead because the word for bat sounds like luck. If it has bamboo symbolism, it's supposed to be stronger. It usually is strung and attached to your belt and carried for luck. Source, my Chinese wife, who also claims this is not a well-made piece, poor quality sculpting, common in antique markets. She also warns that Chinese people do not carry old pieces with unknown history because it might have belonged to someone who died and then it was stolen by grave robbers, and then the amulet could bring bad luck. Thanks for the bad luck, Santa! Ho, 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 I stole it from some random lady's grave! What is this rectangle filled with orange jelly goo with an oval metal thing, like floating in it? A Jurassic Park thing? Looks like a hand warmer. Flex the disc to activate it. Once it's been used, you can boil it back to a liquid to reuse it. That's really freaking weird, but also kind of cool. A white plastic stick that gets narrower in the middle with small hands on both ends given as a wedding favor / for gifts. A butt scratcher? Mutter stick / cocktail swizzle stick. What is a cocktail what is a muddler stick? What the hell? Found at Nan's house. Glass vase with metal grill inside. Oh, dude, it's one of those sprinkle ashy thingies. Yeah, totally. It's for arranging cut flowers, a rose bowl. Okay, yeah, I was just making a joke about how it's like where you keep ashes and whatever. Moving on. What are these compartments for on this bottle opener? Maybe the bottle caps? I believe they're extra bottle caps so you can recap your drink. You can recap a bottle drink? Really? My ex, who I'm in no contact with, left me this gift of my dog. What is the hole on the top? I believe it's an ashtray, pencil topper maybe? It's a personalized dog planter for a teeny plant. They sell them on Etsy. You can send in a pic of your dog and they'll create one that looks similar. Edit, they're also super pricey. Even the 3.5 inch one I saw was $95. It looks like this one might be that size. Oh. Bet you didn't wish you dumped them. Found this metal structure in the Italian Alps near Marmolada. It was about 3 meters tall and we saw a few of these on the side of the mountain. Any idea what these are and their purpose? Like some type of sundial maybe? I think it's a mounting system for an advanced control device called Obelix. What is an Obelix? My god, you people know too much knowledge. What was this small kitchen wall cabinet used for? House was built in 1931. Spices? Is there a fireplace nearby or a stone oven? I think you're looking for a set of 4 tools, maybe for grilling or fire tending. Likely solved. My current guess is that it holds tools for either the fireplace thing outside or that they're used to be a coal-burning stove in the kitchen and it was used for that. Or very small guns, lol. Thanks. I wish it was a small gun rack. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, you broke into my kitchen? Check out my flintlocks. Ba-bang, ba-bang. Hold on, I got two more. Ba-bang, ba-bang. I missed every shot and you're gonna stab me to death? Okay. Fancies were digging in the Paris, France region. It looks like copper and is 13 centimeters long. Looks like a spirit tip. Ask your local museum and try not to disturb the area more. The surrounding of artifacts is what makes it meaningful. Okay, yeah, cool and all, but I'm gonna sell this bad boy. Wait, why would they make a copper spear? That seems dumb. What are these teeny pockets for? There is one on each shoulder of this sweater. For hanging it maybe? This shirt allows the wearer to clip on a radio mic for those little pockets so it doesn't have to be clipped to the label color. Okay then. Bought a pack of Newports, found this device inside encased in pink foam, a jumble of electronic stuff, and a bit that says wireless charger. What would it charge? It's a GPS tracker. Stores will have packs of Newports that have trackers in them. They are supposed to give them to the robbers. Just bring it back to the store. Oh, well, that's not good for me. Found today, clearing an estate. Weighs 11 pounds, 11 ounces, about 14.25 around. Looks to be slightly rusted, no markings. It's a cannonball. It's like one of three things. A cannonball from a 12-pounder, a shot-put shot as used in track and field, a very large bearing as used in some very large pieces of industrial machinery like trains. From what I can tell, it's too big to be a 12-pounder cannonball and weight is wrong for a shot put, so I'm thinking number 3 is the answer. Look at this, I got a big ball bearing. Someone breaks into my house, I'll brain them with it. Anyways, everyone, I hope you find some cool stuff online. Have a great day and stay happy, stay healthy. Wit found in my shower drain while clearing a clog. Bronze part is metal, black/white part is rubber with a blue woven strap. Oh, dude, these are like plugs that kind of inflate when you are doing construction on a house and stuff. They probably just forgot to move it. Yeah, see, it's a drain plug that inflates and seals the drain during construction, otherwise when needed to be sealed and then deflated and removed. White circular hard plastic object. Wife thinks it might be some equipment for knitting. What? What is that, a needle holder? 2 of them will hold glow sticks in a globe shape. You can see it here. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. One of those glow. Yeah, there we go. Found this nearly solid steel cylinder with my front tire and wheel at 70 miles per hour. Ooh, you hit that? Oh my god, that must have done some damage. It's a hydraulic ram blank headed to a shop to get... Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. To a shop to get finished machined, polished and chromed. Big oops for a transporter. That's my guess too. The 11565 might refer to this boss stock item number. I don't know. You know it's expensive when the price is call us. Jesus Christ, take it to the scrapyard. Get all the steel money. What is this solid metal object in the wall next to the door? It's located in an old house in the UK and doesn't do anything, or doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, dude, that's a bell pull. Yeah, I know a lot about old houses from World War II documentaries. It looks very much like a bell pull that's been painted over. If you scrape the paint off the central knob, I'd expect you find brass underneath. Solved, I think it's a bell pull. Would make sense, thanks. Old houses pre-1900s owned by rich people would have had internal bell system in many rooms so they could summon the help, servants, or slaves to any room. Ah, isn't that nice? I'm glad we got rid of that. Can't figure out what this electronic item is. It blinks intermittently and is 3 inches tall and plastic. I don't know. It's an ultrasonic insect repellent. They don't do anything. That's not true. They annoy the crap out of me, which is something. You know, plus they waste electricity, so multifunctional. We have been using this as a doorstop since I was born. I'm 26. It's about 6 to 7 inches tall and weighs 10 pounds. Isn't it incredibly dense? What is that, like a drilling thing? Looks like what you would place an item on when pressing it in a mechanical press. Some friends suggested something similar. I have a 100-ton press at work fixing trucks with a rack of press tools that look just like this. Oh, it's a press. Cool, dude. What is this thing on my wall with a round hole and small screen inside? I don't know, some bug thing? It's a pool access alarm to detect if the gate door has been left open, mostly so children or pets don't wander in and potentially drown. No idea why it's on your wall, but it's there. What is this thing? The inside opens up to an empty space. It's disconnected from the desk below. Is that like for feeding a baby or something? It's a bed desk. There's supposed to be a metal bar underneath that slots into the wooden trays so it can be propped up at different angles for reading and stuff. It's like a more robust bed/lap tray. Oh, okay, I could use one of those. does in my life, except I sleep on a cot. Massive device that's been left outside my workplace for the last week. A big wing for a plane? No, that's not a wing for a plane. What is that? The placard indicates it came from a mining company in Mexico. Maybe it's something off a massive mining machine and is there to be fixed if you do welding and all that. The packing list says truck frame, so I'm assuming that's what it is for a very large mining truck. Oh, okay. It's a bit old Caterpillar part. What are those vertical poles in my Gothic 19th century house's stairway for? Doing some workouts? To protect the corners of the wall, stuff gets chipped easily and looks worn down. I agree. If not there, many people will plant their hand on the wall. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. What is this cylindrical shape about 10 meters high with some sort of filter on top? Is that like an air vent for a bomb shelter or something? I don't know. It's a vent for something close by underground. If it's got filters, then it's probably for a bunker that needed clean air. But it does not look like something from World War II. It looks like way too modern for that. Bunkers have definitely been built since the end of World War II. Have a look at the area on Google Maps and see if you can find an entrance. Hey, I was right. It's an air vent. Found this and have no clue what it is. Black with gray cloth inside. Each sleeve looks like it'll hold something the size of a hot dog. Wasn't found with anything. Maybe it's like doggy walk-in mitts? I don't know. It is for a coat hanger to make... Oh, okay, so it doesn't ruin your stuff. Okay, I like that. Cool, I need some of those. What is the purpose of this little door in the door? Also, anyone know what styles this would be considered? Oh, my friend, that's for mail, dummy. Talk to someone without opening the door. That's what I was thinking at first, but it's not wide enough to really be an entry door. It's called a speakeasy, and yes, it's for talking to someone without having to open the door. Or getting mail. I'm just saying, you can get your mail through that. My clothes pegs are all individually numbered. Why is that? I don't know. Different molds have different numbers, so if they start coming out of the machine messed up, they can ID which molds need replacing. Clever. I was thinking maybe they were numbered for crafts or something, but your explanation makes perfect sense. What is this hole in my basement wall for? 1845 house with no chimneys on the side. Chimney. Coal chute, possibly. I had an old house that had one. Coal would be delivered into the chute to be put into the furnace. Likely solved. I'll have to do some researching for evidence of a coal furnace. I have old registers, but the ducts have all been redone at some point in the past. I'm sure it's for a coal furnace. Or a fireplace secretly with no vent. What is this weird metal thing? Goes through both sides of the wall. House built in the 1910s. Some like water heater thing? It's a pipe for radiators. Yeah, water heater thing. What are these aged four-eyed mustache metal faces found in a late man's lockbox? Oh dear God, I do not like that. Sandman was born in 1951 and died in 2000. He was born and raised in Rhode Island and moved to Alaska in the 80s. I don't know if it helps, but it does give a timeline. I mentioned that they were found because otherwise I have no idea where they came from. Google Lens says bottle opener with double vision because being drunk. One result says double-eyed Pete. Some appear to be painted to look like stereotypical Mexicans and Chinese people. This is the answer. They're definitely bottle openers, even if they are racist ones. Double bowl sink with a hole connecting them. Tap does not reach second bowl. All three sinks in the bathroom in public space had one of these. What is it used for? I don't know, washing a baby or something? It is for schools. You can put a sponge in there. Link is in German, unfortunately. Thank you so much. This has to be it. Still no clue why it's in a public bathroom at an event venue. That definitely is not and never was a school, but maybe these sinks were on clearance or something. Anyway, thank you. It's not restricted to schools, obviously. The sponges were meant for blackboards. If it is an event venue, they most likely had blackboards back in the day. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. What is this concrete feature in the parking lot of an old bread factory? I don't know, like an underground access panel? A scale for trucks. Oh, okay, boy, I'm going like 5 and 20 here. What is this thing in a picture of a house for sale? It looks metal and glass, black, oval shaped from floor to ceiling, open to floor, and oval on glass on each side. I don't know, like a tanning thing? Looks like a personal elevator. Solved. I thought it was some sort of elevator, but gave up on that because it looked like solid floor beneath. They probably just matched it somehow. Thank you for solving this. Elevator, column of silence, ask the agent. I will. I feel like it's a tanning room. I'm just saying. What does this plastic cap belong to? The tip comes off and covers a small hole. I don't know, for glue or something? Probably glue. It's the missing cap for a 2-part epoxy. Mixing cap for tooth whitener. Yes, I used it a few months ago. Oh, okay, yeah, it's tooth whitener. What are these brown smelly things I found on the ground at my college campus? Chicken? Those look like freeze-dried liver treats for dogs. My bet is someone was walking their dog and dropped the... Ew. Why'd you take it home is the real question. Pop can-sized angry-faced plastic lady. Is this a Duplo or something? What is this? This is an angry mama used for cleaning microwaves. Take her hair off and fill to first line with vinegar, then water. She's microwaved for a few minutes, and the steam that is released through her holes help loosen dried-on crud. I'm like, dude, I need an angry mama. That's sweet. 10-pound egg-shaped chunk of lead found in the woods, used as a doorstop. Cannonball, maybe? I was given this by a friend as a cannonball because I'm a cartridge collector. It was found in the woods, and his family used it as a doorstop. It's 10 pounds exactly, not sure on diameter, so I used a Boker Kolofskiv knife and a 38 special cartridge for scale. What is this thing? Could be a downrigger weight. 8 pounds is common, but 10 pounds isn't unheard of. That's starting to sound more like it. I'm not convinced that it's ordnance for that, or it's like maybe a trebuchet piece? I don't know. What is this thing bolted near the door of our garage disposal area in Germany? It's a bit bigger than my fist. It's not a lock. No idea. Looks like it would contain keys to other areas for maintenance, personal, or emergency services. In the US, we use something called a Knox box. This seems to be, yeah, it's called a Schlosserrohr. Yeah, whatever that means. We need some of those in the US, though. I've never seen a knock box before. I was given this small silver object as a pre-wedding gift with no explanation. It has small lines engraved on it. You think you stick it in your nose or something? I know it's made of silver, but that's it. It appears to be fairly old. I was born and raised in the US, but ethnically, I'm mainly Norwegian, as is the gifter. I don't know if this is relevant, but after looking up Norwegian wedding customs, I thought it could be. Miniature sterling silver wedding vase. That's kind of stupid. What are these little white things all over the fence? They are soft and only one of the section of fence. What is that actually? Some type of thing? What are they? This is some boring poop. I mean, literally, you have ambrosia beetles boring into the section of wood. Dude, you got boring poop. That's kind of sweet. Freaking beetles go in, poop comes out. Found in the middle of a disc golf course in Colorado. Seems like a glass jar with tubing and a toothbrush taped to it. Nothing in the jar that could, from what I could tell. Don't pick this up. This is a device for collecting ants or small bugs. You suck on the end that's just barely inside the lid and use the tube that goes to the bottom of the jar to suck up the critters. Some kid lost this while trying to get ants for his ant farm. Edit, the toothbrush is just there to hold the tube upright and keep it from kinking. Why not just pick them up, dude? Why you gotta suck them up? That's weird. Old carved carry case with wooden inserts with 15 holes, blue cover flap, and painted Liberty or Death design. 10 inches long, 3 inches tall, feels like a rough canvas material, has a marking under the flap, found in an old estate sale. What? Maybe it's for cigars? Reenactor's cartridge case. Yup, Revolutionary War reenactor, cosplayer. A reenactor would burn this as heresy. Cleaning out a house and came across this. The little cup at the top swings back and forth, says it's from Japan. I don't know, like a tea or sugar thing? It's a bridal cup. Bridal cups are a Nuremberg, Germany tradition that date back to the 1400s. It represents the start of a lifelong union between man and woman and is a symbol of faithfulness and good luck. The small swiveling cup and inverted hollow dress were designed to allow both bride and groom to drink simultaneously to toast their wedding. The groom would drink from the larger cup, the inverted skirt, and bride would drink from the smaller swivel cup. Okay, that's kind of cool. I do like the drink it at the same time to unify, like being together. Is it a handle? What is this thing? Weird handle of a plastic beer cup in Prague? Seems a bit small for a handle. Sorry for only drinking a 0.3 liter glass in Prague. I can't find one, but I would suspect it's a belt clip for carrying an empty cup. I think you are correct. Here is a somewhat similar cup. Fourth picture shows it's attached to a belt. Nah, it's definitely for the waiter to carry on a metal rim. I don't know. Either way, I kind of like it.